me, Ange has to go. I don't even care, man. I'm calling him out. I'm calling him out. You don't lose this game. You don't lose this game. And the killer is, it was unavoidable. We didn't have to lose. Just, for me, if you're not going to win, don't lose. Take the draw. I would have taken the draw.
Obviously, winning it's a bit mad with Kylian Mbappe and the man in one team. But I think we do very well in the champs. How about this? My hot take is that I think we give Real Madrid a shock. I think we shock Real Madrid at Anfield. How about that? Man, really don't think I have chest. I think we shock Real Madrid at Anfield. You know what I'm saying? People were laughing when we drew them, laughing about this is Anfield 2 years ago and we lost 5-2 at Anfield. And I think we shocked them this year. I think they're in for a shock. These men are still getting the wheels on. You know what I'm saying?
Fan base are like Teletubbies. Time for Telly bye-bye. Time for Telly bye-bye. Again. You know what I'm saying? Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Saka, Paul, Teletubbies. Maybe they listen to it in Spanish. Maybe Arteta puts it in Spanish for them. Guys, we're going to work the Teletubbies in Spanish, guys. We're going to work on the Spanish, guys. We're going to watch Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, Saka, and Paul. We're going to watch together, guys. I don't know. Because, bro, what's this infatuation with kids all the time, bro? Every time we're talking about kids.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
That was a classic, that one.
There's a minute you're not going to get back, but welcome to City in It. And, you know what, I was just looking at what clips we had here, and I had an Arsenal fan that's pissed off with his club. I had a Liverpool fan that thinks Anfield is such a fucking fortress that they're going to smack up Madrid. They lost 1-0 at home this week. It's gone from Arnfield to Arnfailed. And finally, we've got a Spurs fan that a couple of years ago thought Spurs were going to win the fucking Champions League. Start of this season thought that Spurs are going to win the league, and now wants Ange gone. So, and by the way, welcome to 115 Monday. It is official. Today will forever be 115. What is it? The 16th? Is it the 16th? Should have been the 15th. Should have been the 15th today, but it's the 16th. But forever, this will be 115 Monday. It's the day that everyone has been waiting for. It's a bit like, what's that date they have in America? Independence Day. It's a bit like Independence Day to everyone else, you know. This is the day that you have all been fucking waiting for. 115 has started. It's probably going to go on. Well, it's going to go on for several weeks. Am I right? This is different to a court case. It's not court, and then on the final day, a decision gets made. It's more like everything's presented in court, and then they fuck off and think about things, then come back with a decision. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool. So it's the first day of a massive inquiry. However, if anyone knew the outcome, City would have gone, shit, we're guilty. Let's go guilty because we'll get a lesser charge. Bye, Simon. But the other thing that's come out today is that apparently the kit man, the kits man, not our chairman, not our manager, not any of the players, not our legal team, the kit man has left because apparently he knows the outcome. Yeah? He knows the outcome of an inquiry that hasn't started yet. Sensational. How has everyone's weekend been? Martin, how's your weekend?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it was really good. Nice and relaxed. Enjoyed it. Can't complain. 4 wins in a row.
I didn't go on Saturday. How was the atmosphere?
Crap.
Was it?
The Brentford fans didn't help because they all came in.
They didn't sell out the third tier, you know.
They didn't sell out the second tier.
I was trying to think of teams that I remember that haven't sold out the second tier and the third tier. And I always think it's Real Madrid. Real Madrid always failed to sell out all 3 tiers. But apart from that, most Premier League clubs always sell out the 3 tiers. Fulham, yeah.
Fulham as well. Fulham.
But it was a bit of a weird one because it wasn't a 12:30 kickoff. You know,
there was a famous one, Dax. And when Liverpool didn't sell their third tier out, I'm not bringing that one in.
Yeah, but that's not. No one will ever believe that, will they? That means more to them.
It was there.
Something was going on. But no, bit of a weird one. I expected it to sell out. To be fair, You'd expect it after international break. You haven't had football for a bit, but but so the atmosphere was, and I bet the atmosphere was even better after 22 seconds, was it? 1 second, I'll be back. 1 second.
It was what it was. It was fine at the beginning for the Tony Sven stuff, and then it's just said it's a Premier League.
22.
It's a Premier League thing at the minute. Everyone wants to have a go at City about it. I think there's not many Premier League teams that are bouncing in the stadium anymore. It's just football stadiums are not built for atmosphere anymore.
No,
sadly.
It's the sport, isn't it? More than actually these stadiums. It's just it's the way it goes when it becomes such a global spectacle, and you have tourists with a lot of money coming in. Like
it's corporate.
It's what it is.
Yeah, it's corporate. That's what happens. Hospitality packages and all that.
Yeah.
And it's what happens. You know, people are in Manchester to watch Man City on a business trip or what have you. Go and see a concert. Go in and watch City. They're not going to stand there singing Blue Moon or whatever.
No, it's got to that point now, hasn't it? It's got to that point. It is. Home games are.
You think that's bad? Wait till Wednesday night.
I managed to get my my Bratislava ticket though, which I was happy about.
I'm so jealous you're going there, bro.
Yeah,
I really wanted to go.
I've had. Do you know what I've had? I just looked at my phone a minute ago, and I had. What type of Mike is watching? Hold on, where are they? So he sent me. He's been right. Firstly, he found a curry house over there, and he's saying, "Should we book a table for the Sunday for the Monday? No, for the Sunday night. Sorry." But then I've just seen he put these in the group. Respect. Oh, I can't pronounce that. Old Timer City Tour on a train, right? So we could do an Old Timer City Tour, or we could do a admission to Multium Gallery, a photo gallery. That's what we've got to do there. I think we'll just find a pub. Personally, but no. Right, this weekend then. So let's start off with City. 22 seconds in. Was it 22 seconds?
Yeah.
22 seconds. Yeah. 22
record.
And what can only be
said.
It's a
new record, Dave. We broke another one.
Is that the fastest time an opponent has scored against us? They've had. Is it?
Is that what?
Is that the fastest anyone has scored against us?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's right. It is. Yeah, it's new record. Yeah.
Right, let's play the blame game. Whose fault was it?
Yeah. Well, I had not a bus stop. I had a discussion with Martin on Twitter about it. For me, it was Walker. And Walker needs to do better on the back post. That we've seen that so many times, and that was the biggest irritation for me, that I've seen that so many times. And of course, Stones needs to clear it away. There's no doubt about it. But I mean, everyone can make a mistake like that. But not defending the back post, being lazy in the defending, and being unaware of what's going on around you. I don't think that's acceptable at that level.
I mean, it sounds
where Walker should be.
It sounds like Kyle Walker a bit recently, innit? It does sound a bit like Kyle Walker recently.
But it also just highlights why Lewis has been starting ahead of him.
Lewis was crap on Saturday, so let's not do this.
Who, Rico?
Rico was poor.
But we're not talking about. Wait.
You think Rico was bad on Saturday?
Yeah,
I don't think he was that bad.
That's why I got hooked.
First of all, bro,
I don't know if
he left back. We're talking about defending in the back post, and that's where Rico Lewis have been doing amazing.
But aside, so you got to look at where the ball gets to be cut out. Gundogan, let's be straight. Started with Gundogan giving the ball away. Gundogan gives the ball away because he's not match fit. Then comes down our left-hand side. And I had this debate with so many City fans. Look at our left-hand side for the first 45 minutes. It was non-existent. No one knew who was left back. Kanji wasn't defending at left back. Lewis wasn't defending at left back. Yeah. Nobody was defending at left back. Nobody was doing it.
115 people watching. Love to see it.
and that's what we were all debating in the stadium. We kept shouting in the stadium, who's left back? Who's left back?
Do you know, I do think it was a bit... Do you know what? So City Extra posted the team lineup before the game, and they hadn't changed the artwork. It actually had a picture of Vardy on it, right? So I had a picture of Vardy, and I think that's because with the Ake injury, we probably all were thinking, Vardy's the one player that's probably nailed on here. Will it be Rico or will it be Kyle on the right? And it's like Pep's looked to what Carson did for England. Gone, do you know what? We'll try Rico there.
Well, just to say, Daps, one of the big FPL accounts posted that Vardy was starting and then deleted it. So I don't know if it's based on that. And they removed it about a minute before the lineup come out.
Right. Okay.
So
the thing was, it wasn't just Walker's fault. That was my debate with Simon.
But I never said it was only Walker. And in my tweet, I wrote Walker and Stones. But as always, you just ignore half of what I say, Martin, and then
as always, people just attack Walker.
No. I didn't just attack Walker. The facts are, bro. I wrote both, and you were like, "No, you only say Walker." I had you read it again.
You gave Stones a little comment mention in the very last line.
Martin, you should have heard what Si said about you before you joined the show, Martin.
Listen, if I don't like Kyle Walker, that's absolutely fine.
No, but I can call out bad defending in the back post, and I can call out a bad clearance. I mean, that was what
you've got an agenda, Si. It's very clear you've got a Kyle Walker.
You have got a massive agenda on Kyle Walker.
I have a massive Walker agenda.
Right, but just own it then. That's fine.
No, bro, you're trying to put words in my mouth.
No, don't own it by
Martin, shush. You called me out on the tweet, and you said something that was factual wrong.
Oh, so there's a backstory to this. There's a backstory to this little.
Yeah. So someone who was sat in the stadium 5 yards away from it all. 5 yards away from it all, because I sit 5 yards in front of that post. I'm 4 rows up from that post. So I know exactly who was at fault and where it was.
You family stand wanker.
Yeah, you call me that, whatever you want. No, that was my issue. I blamed Walker. My issue was people. What football fans do, they blame the last part of any goal.
Well, you should blame John Stones.
I was blaming John Stones. I blame Stones. I blame Walker. I blamed I blamed everyone.
Yeah. But for me, you know what?
If
I was to look at the whole first half, I think defensively we were shocking. There were times where Stones made a few mistakes that I thought were a bit out of character. Probably does make sense.
Stones was garbage.
Yeah, I also think Akanji made a few mistakes as well. And there was one point where Akanji had the run on someone, and Akanji's not slow. And
he got the ball straight to one of their players as a clearance in one of them.
But do you know what? One thing I would say is I am like, there's a reason why John Stones and Ruben Diaz has always worked, right? Both of them know their roles. That's the thing. When you play Stones and Akanji for me, all of a sudden you're in the realm of, right, who's the leader? Who's the ball player? Who's leading the line? And that's my concern with when Pep does so much swapping and changing of the defense. The line is never good. And you look, it's for anyone that watches, this isn't just City, anyone that watches any Premier League winning team. And look, we've managed to win the league the last couple of seasons with a bit of swapping and changing. But if you look predominantly at the teams that win the league, it's usually teams that don't fuck about with their defense. Go on, sorry.
But Pep had to gamble for this game. If he wants to put some minutes into Stones and Walker, this was the game to do it.
I agree.
So we none of us have actually put out the name. Yeah, no, he gambled, and we had less defensive structure. And if we're talking about blame, I don't think blame should be, but
blame.
Pep has his part in it. Pep has his part in on stabilizing the defense.
The one thing we're not going to do is we're not going to be Bavs, right? We're not going to be a gal, and we're not going to sit here and just act like everything is perfect. So do you know what we do have to blame? Like Stones clearance. Was Edison maybe a little bit to blame for the goal?
Not for me. He's getting that ball. He's claiming that ball if Stones doesn't just like.
Yeah, maybe.
Clearance. He gets that ball. He's not.
It was everyone's fault for me. And this is why 3 weeks ago I was saying 2 weeks ago we needed to bring people in a bit sooner, because this is what you're going to have. You had a cold Gundogan who looked like he was cold. You had a cold Stones, you had a cold Walker.
Well, do you know another thing you had as well when you look at it? That midfield. How's Gundogan, by the way?
First half, he was not.
No, how old? How
old?
Oh,
he's 32, 33.
Right, so Gundogan's 33, De Bruyne is 33, and Kovacic must be 30 at least.
29,
30.
29.
Yeah. I did look at that midfield and think, do you know what? That midfield is aging, right? And against the Brentford, and then you look at most of our players. I know some didn't go away for European, but quite a few of our players went away. They didn't have, as long a build-up. Brentford, less internationals. And look, they just came out of the blocks. Brentford came out. They looked fucking good first half. Maybe we look bad, and that helped them look good, but Brentford looked good. But the inevitable, Erling Haaland stepped up. 2 goals. Should have had a third, in my opinion. It was. But I think Pep would have at halftime tore him an absolute new one. Any other standout players for you though?
Gvardiol's second half was brilliant.
Yeah,
he was one of the best players. He'd come in and sorted that back line a bit, settled it down.
Also good going forward. Good going forward. Very good going forward. He's getting better and better going forward, isn't he?
That run forward that he did was unbelievable. He maybe should have had a shot, but just the vision to see Savinho coming in was crazy for that sort of player. Because normally those sort of players get in front of goal, go, oh shit, and just bloody smash it. And he still had the whereabouts or the knowledge to just sort of play it to his right. It was, I'm a big fanboy of his, so I get shit for it. But he is.
Do you know, I had this conversation with Cass the other day, right? And do you know what? For me, Saliba is the best centre back in the Premier League at the moment. And I'd probably say for the last, in hindsight, because first year at Arsenal, you probably would have said, oh, it's just a good year. Whereas last year, you'd now probably say Saliba, last 2 years. If we're talking over a longer period, of course not. But last 2 years, I think Saliba's been unbelievable, right? Now, if I was to say to people, you know what, Vardiol is 2 years ago, if I would have said to someone who's a better centre-back, Vardiol or Saliba, right? People would have laughed at that and said Vardiol's levels above Saliba. Now, if I say it, people will laugh at it and go, Vardiol was good as Saliba, right? But is it fair to say, you know what, it shows just how good Vardiol is as a footballer, that he's a centre-back, but he's no longer being compared to centre-backs, right? It's no longer being compared to centre-back because he's being played as a left-back. But it's now getting to a point where I don't know if I want to see him as a centre-back anymore. Because I kept saying I want to see him as a centre-back, but I don't think I want to see him as a centre-back. I think he's taking that left side to a different level.
I would like to see him in the Stones role at some point.
I would. Yeah, I was just about to say the same. Yeah.
So I think he will at some point be our main centre back and probably.
You think he will be?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will be. Yeah, and doing the Stones
anytime soon.
If Stones have another season with injuries, I can see it maybe next season, depending on who's available on the market. If there's a really good left back who's attainable or another centre back, I mean, it all depends on who we can get in. The thing is with this squad is so versatile, and so it's more than who has the quality in the market to be a City player, and then it doesn't really matter if it's left back or centre back or what it is. We will find solution within the squad we have to rotate around to make it work.
Yeah, I do hear what you're saying, and I'm a strong believer that Pep always prefers to play people further forward and out wide before he puts them into a central role. It's almost like prove that you can keep hold of a ball before I dare to put you close to that goal.
I think he's teaching them different aspects of the game, playing them out wide, because he's just teaching. Yeah, Sorry, go on.
No, go on. No, finish. Sorry, that was really me.
Oh, that's right. I was just going to say, I just think he's learning out there, so to be able to play in the centre, and then he'll play free, or maybe not, perhaps someone else, maybe play free at the back and so on. He's just perhaps giving him that base, but I'd love to see him, like I said, in the John Stones thing of coming in. He seems to have the attributes, but Pep disagrees because he said last season, no, he hasn't shown me in training that he can do what the others do.
What you do with Rico, man. This is the problem, and this is where I was trying to make the point earlier about the back line. When you put Stones, Rico, and Gavardi all in the back line, they all want to go roll.
Yeah, you can't play all three. No, I agree with you.
Can't do it.
Well, I think that was part of the thing on Saturday with when you've got Kanji and Stones that both do. And by the way, hold on, we got thrown there as well. The fact that one of the things I wanted to pick up on Walker going forward actually at the weekend was good. Walker made some quite good.
Walker's second half was very good. Yeah. It was Stones who didn't improve at all in the game.
But you throw Walker that naturally goes forward. Then Akanji, Stones, Rico, who also like to step into midfield and play, all of a sudden the balance is out.
Exactly.
G-Star, this comment here, you've just confirmed exactly what I said. Gabriel is better than Vardiol, right? Right. As a centre-back currently, because Vardiol isn't playing as a centre-back, I hear it. But that's the prime example. Let's deep it. He's not a better centre-back than Vardiol, right? It's just we have not seen Vardiol as a centre-back for a year and a half.
Yeah, Daps, can I jump in here, right? We get this every bloody time. You're going to know which way I'm going to go because I rant about this all the time. Arsenal and Liverpool fans, and United every now and again, come on telling us how much better. I don't mean this chap that said that, but we hear all the time about our players are better than yours, our right back.
Oh, there we go.
Better than yours, left centre mid, right wing, left wing striker. We hear it all, the goalkeeper, all the time. We've just won 4 titles. We've just won 20 trophies. You've won 1 FA Cup. Now, Saliba is very good, and Gabriel is very good.
I think they both are best. And at the moment, as a partnership, I do think it is the best. Last season for me, I would have had in my team of the season, I would have had Saliba and Gabriel as my centre backs in team of the season. I might have even had Ben White as right back, right? But overall, I just think Vardiol's being unspoken about. Now, what you were saying there about playing people in different positions, interesting one. Emil Heskey was on TalkSport the other day, and I think both of Heskey's sons play for City.
Yeah.
And he was talking about one of them. He was saying at the moment they said he's a striker, right, like you, and he said, well, he is, but at the moment. They're playing him on the wing. And then he went on to say that they've both been at City's academy for years and that he listed all the positions that they played in. And he said it's like every season they'll play him in a different position because they want them to just get how to play the game of football.
Correct.
And get into the mindset of every single position so that you know exactly how that position is played, so that if need be, you can go in, but more so that you know the natural type of runs they make and you know everything about it. So I do think, everything about our club has been built a certain way, the way the academy is run. And it probably is. That's ultimately, it's probably the way Pep thinks, but over a longer period.
The absolute best players like Gundo and those ones, the players with the brains, understand everybody's position, not just their own. Because if you understand where everybody is and what they're doing, it makes you better at your job. Rodri is phenomenal at it. He knows when to go right, when to go left, middle. He knows where everybody is. He doesn't even look. He'll pass it right. He hasn't even looked. So he knows where people are. And that's the brain side of it.
Same with De Bruyne, to be fair. I think the same. When people say De Bruyne and Haaland are telepathic, I always go, they're not, I go, it's just Haaland is the perfect striker. Haaland is the perfect number 9. Now, if you are the perfect number 9, and also you have belief that you have the perfect, whether we say De Bruyne's an 8 or we say he's a 10, whatever position, ultimately, if you are the perfect number 9, then you know the runs, you know that the 10 knows what runs you're going to make. So all you have to do is make the natural run, and he will find you. And it's not about being telepathic. It's that they know the way how to play the game of football. Now, talking on this, Grealish on the left. Did anyone want to see Grealish in the middle after watching him for England? Because for me, I did. I think I wanted to see Grealish in the middle of the pitch on Saturday.
I just want to say, I don't think you're ever going to see it.
I just don't see when he's going to get the chance to. That's his problem. He's brilliant for England, but that's because England haven't got. Well, they had Foden and Bellingham out, so he had the shot. If Foden and Bellingham were playing, he probably wouldn't have played there, and that's his problem at Man City. When is he going in front of De Bruyne? When is he going in front of Foden, Rodri, Bernardo, all these guys in the middle? It's difficult.
Well, I tell you where he could get a chance for me, because I actually felt second half he was coming inside a bit more, but I think that, like I just said, our midfield on Saturday was an average age of probably 31, right? De Bruyne, 33, Gundogan, 33, and Kovacic, we don't know his age, but I reckon 29 or 30, right? Now, we have got game after game after game after game, and we've got wide injuries at the moment. So right now, I hear you. With Oscar Bob injured, with Savinho seems to be, I think it was only a dead leg, but cramp. But yeah. I think if we have a full array of wide players, and if some of our players are tired, I think Pep now knows he could play Grealish in the middle. So I don't know if we could see it a bit, because if it gets to you got to think this January is going to be a different January to ever before, because you've got the built-up Christmas period, but then when you get into early January and you've got the FA Cup started, now if we do go far in the Carabao as well, and then on top of that, you've got Champions League games, January is going to be a different month. And I don't know if Grealish can keep fit. I think there could be a role for him there, I'd like to see it. I would. I'd like to see it. I wanted to see it for a couple of years. So, anyone else? Right, Savinho, what were your thoughts on him? Savio?
Yeah, I thought he was all right. He's okay. 7 out of 10, maybe 6, 7. He's all right.
Martin?
I was happy with him. I've seen a few people go, Pep's trying to turn him into Grealish.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you can turn him. Well, I'll be real. You ain't going to turn a Brazilian into Grealish. No, I'm sorry. You can't. It's not possible.
You've got to realise. I understand. There's going to be times where we're going to go blistering pace down the wings. And there's going to be other times where, like on Saturday, in the second half, it was all about control football.
Yeah.
Nice and paceful. Take the sting out of Brentford.
Yeah. That was what was needed.
There's going to be games like that.
100%. That first half, I did a watch-along for it. Kevin, no one's saying Kev should be dropped. We're more talking about the fact that, look, we saw Kev back in the last season. We saw him come in fresh and do what he did. We also saw when he got tired and having to be pulled off. So we're going to have to manage De Bruyne's game time. At the moment, start of the season after a summer, it's fine, right? But we are going to have to manage his game time. What you were just saying? What were you just saying there? Yeah, right. The first 10, 15, 20 minutes, it was doing my head in that we went into panic mode and we kept just booting the ball clear, like hoofing it, right? And it was just they were trying to play at a high pace and we were inviting that onto us. The minute we brought the ball down, slowed the game down, all of a sudden it was back right. Brentford dropped back deep, and it's like perfect. Because once the team drop backs deep against City, that's where we can come into it. So, but I also thought it was quite nice because it brought back great memories of the treble season, seeing Grealish go down the left and then cut the ball back to Gundogan. Because, that was something that we did a lot. There was one point where we nearly did lose the game because of Savio. I think it was cramp though, wasn't it? Where we pulled up.
Yeah, I was fuming when that happened. Not because I didn't realise he was injured. I was screaming, "Why is he stopped running back?"
The other thing is he held the ball for too long. If he released the ball there, we could have got a third.
If we had conceded on that action from him, Pep would have teared him apart from that.
I think, and that's one where, you know what, I'll be honest, I'll mention Rodri first season. sometimes when players come to the Premier League from someone said he didn't have no cramp, he was acting. I got that impression as well. It's like he's lost the ball, so all of a sudden pulled it up. I did think my biggest so watching it, I thought it was Gundogan because he received the ball in the kind of area that I expect Gundogan to receive it, and I was thinking, shit, has Gundogan got an injury? But no, I do think when you come from La Liga to the Premier League, sometimes when you're in that type of position, running away from your goal with the ball, you think you've got more time than you have. And that's the one thing in the Premier League, you don't have time. So we will see. Yeah. But
got to stop that diving as well. Weren't impressed.
Oh, mate.
Tom Daly stuff he was playing at.
I said, do you know I reckon who called him? Fernandinho after the game. I reckon Fernandinho would have called him.
Would you remember Kolarov when he did it his first season with Pep?
Yeah.
And Pep just looked at him like, no.
Mate. I reckon Pep would have had a chat with Fernandinho and say, listen, get on the phone to him and have a quick chat with him because it just took me back to Robinho days.
It's the way he looks at the ref, though. He went, what?
Like,
not a penalty. And like, no, we were all laughing at him. Like, what are you doing?
Mate, it was minging. It was Cass actually goes, that's a penalty. I go, I don't know, mate. And then we looked at it back. He goes, nah, that definitely wasn't. I was like, nah, that was.
He was so shocked by the yellow card. Like,
not round here.
He wasn't the only one who almost cost us the game. Not to pick on Walker, sorry, Mike. Not to pick on Walker too much, but he tried that weird crossfield ball.
You don't like Walker at all, right?
It was just that weird crossfield ball. I don't know if you remember it. And just played it straight to the Brentford player. It's like, what are you doing?
I totally agree with that. It's not me. But I could name you 5 who did that on Saturday. We were all doing it.
Yeah,
like I said, I was watching Stones hoof the ball in the air, and we were like, what's he doing? He's not normally like that. He's normally nice and composed on the ball. And he was,
has Lord Panic left you in charge of defending the players while he's in ball?
No, I don't just do this one performance because it's recency bias.
But Walker's more than that.
Recency bias.
Is on the routine of Walker. That's definitely true.
No, but what I thought.
How much did he pay you?
I thought John Stones was worse than Walker second half. And
you are Kyle Walker's PR.
I'm not.
I thought Kyle Walker.
You'll argue that Kyle Walker didn't cheat.
No, Cass, I've said Kyle Walker was for the goal. But I'm not going to kill a player in his first appearance all season.
but
when he's not played for 5 games.
Do you know what? I'd say seasoned. If he's seasoned, if he's our captain, listen, the one thing I've always credited Kyle Walker for is being able to come back into the team cold and just pick up where he left off.
Just so you all do the same when Foden comes in and Foden hit the ground running. I don't want to wait. He's had 3 months off. I don't want to wear it off anyone.
Listen.
And you're smiling because you know that's what will happen.
I think at the moment, right, so let's move on. We've got Inter Milan Wednesday. Are we saying Vardy left, Rico Lewis right?
Yep.
Diaz Simone?
I'm doing my...
What the hell are you doing?
Looking at something in the ceiling.
I'm thinking. No.
It says spider. That's what Martin had.
No. I was doing the when I don't have the graphic in front of me.
That's weird.
No, I didn't have the graphic in front of me. So I would play Stones again because I think we should start him against Arsenal. So I would probably go. Lewis, Stones, Diaz, Guardiola. I'll rest Akanji.
So who are you not playing against Arsenal then if you're playing?
So who are you?
For Arsenal, I'll be playing Akanji right back, Stones, Diaz, Guardiola.
Hold on.
Oh.
So Stones played.
But I will be playing Stones for 16 minutes this time.
So Stones played for England? Did he play for England?
He played 20 and then like 80 or something.
Right, so he played in England's second game. He played.
He played 20 minutes in the first or something.
Right. He played. Right, so he played 20 minutes in the first, and he played most of the second.
Yeah.
He played Saturday.
Yeah.
You'd play him Wednesday.
60 minutes. Yeah.
And then you'd play him Saturday. Bro, that would be a world record for games back to back to back that I think John Stones has ever done. I swear. You play John Stones now, obviously not with the season with Ruben Diaz, but I think that's a bro. If John Stones comes to 5 games in a row without an injury,
but you're talking about him. You're saying 5 games, but it's not really 5 games, is it? It's more like 2.5 games when you look at the minutes.
Look, the thing is, I hear it.
And then he's
Si's doing exactly what I just said someone will do, but I said it for next week. Si's doing it 30 seconds later.
Si, what am I doing? Do you know what?
What am I doing?
You're defending the minutes.
There's tension in the room.
No, it's not defending. It's not defending the minutes. It's giving the player minutes in his legs so he can perform. I think our best chance of beating Arsenal is with the back line I just mentioned. So, and for that to work, I need Stones to be match fit. He's not match fit yet. So I need 60 minutes in him before he plays that game. That's my logic about it. So it's not about defending anyone. I'm not like Martin. I don't have agendas. I just want my team to win.
No, I just perform.
Wait. I just want them to perform and win the games. I'm not on anyone's payroll. I'll just speak my mind. I don't need to. I'm not a retainer like Martin.
The only payroll
I just want us to slap up Arsenal. That back 4 is what I think will make it happen.
I back all my players. Try it one day. Back all your players.
I back all my players, but if they play bad, I'll
chill, lads. Chill.
If they play bad, Martin, I will call them out. I'm not happy.
I didn't call John Stones out.
I did, bro. Go
Martin,
read the tweet. You actually said sorry. I didn't read your entire tweet afterwards. Why you keep doing this?
I'm not going to bother about a tweet side. The point is, I've dropped Walker because I've said Walker.
I called up Walker and Stones, and I'm still doing it.
You're playing Stones the next 3 games,
bro. That has nothing to do with that game.
He's not good enough.
When Stones is match fit, I think we have the best. Bro.
Not good enough.
I see what Si's saying. I just want to say though, Martin, the thing you keep tripping up on, mate, is people are having a go at Walker and not Stones so much because Walker's been poor for 12 months or more.
But that's recent.
Well, talking of that, Nadir, appreciating Nadir with the super chat.
Money's stressing all the way.
Nadir says, right back in England for 8 years. We're ignoring that one, mate.
Hold on. Firstly, thank you to Nadir for the super chat. Was at the game and sat in front of Walker first half. Yelled at him, mate. I should be the one on the drinks. He laughed. Hope he gets it right. Or Saudi for him. Look, Martin.
Happy with that.
Martin.
I'm not playing either of them against Arsenal.
Martin, I will back you till the hills and back. However, and by the way, when I see people say, I had someone on the super chat the other day saying Kyle Walker is an arse defender, right? And I said he's not, and they said no. What I said is Kyle Walker, when his pace goes, is an arse defender. I said again, he's not, right? Kyle Walker, and I agree with what you said. Over the last 10 years, Kyle Walker for me has been the best right back in the Premier League. Yeah, you know what, Trent, going forward, you build a team around him. For me. However, as a right back, Kyle Walker overall has been better. Reece James, if fit, Reece James is a phenomenal right back, but he can't stay fit for more than fucking 5 minutes, right? Kyle Walker has been. However, I do agree that over the last 18 months, Kyle Walker has had some howlers. Now, this is where I think you're on mute, Martin.
No, I'm just sorry. You said 18 months. I'd say yeah. No, but I
didn't want to say 2 years.
He wasn't good in the treble season for me.
Treble season, back end of the season, he was good, but he dropped. He started the season. Oh, I remember. Treble season.
He was not bad in the
What I would say is treble season defensively, he was good. However, going forwards, I remember particular games being very, very frustrated about his final.
Do you know what it is, Daps? You know what it is with me? I'm with Pep. Every season's a new season. If that's the case, then don't play Grealish then, because he was shit.
Hold on, let me. I'm just saying.
Is that not a fair comment then?
Bro, you just don't want to hear him.
Kyle, you've got to drop Grealish then for the whole season.
No, because so far, hold on, because we're talking about the here and now. We're talking about the here and now.
Martin, would you play Walker on Sunday against Arsenal?
No. You can do that all you want, but listen to your own manager. Grealish, what did Pep say about Grealish last season?
That he needs to do better.
It was his worst season under Sir.
Yeah.
Right? So,
yes.
And you just agreed it's Walker's worst season. So listen to what you've just said. You're playing Grealish despite it was his worst season last season, but you're not playing Walker because he had a bad season last season.
Grealish had reasons.
You haven't asked me about Grealish, have you?
So which one is it?
You haven't asked me about Grealish, bro.
No, but you've seen your tweets.
I'll tell you why it is, Ty, because with the Walker stuff, a lot of it isn't football related, and that's what annoys me. It's not football.
Bro, I couldn't care shit about
the field related.
Off the field, bro. I couldn't care. You don't know me. I couldn't care less about off-field antics, bro. But I've done most of that shit myself. So I don't care at all about that shit at all. So don't try to put that hat on me, bro, because that's not true.
Well, don't try to put that I'm paying off to City players then.
No, I'm taking a piss of you because you're defending him in a way that you can't call a player out. You can do.
I was going to say
call a player out.
Be nice. Be nice.
Hey, you two need to get a room. That's what you two need to do. Jesus Christ.
Hug and make up.
It's a difference of opinion. I'm just saying, I'm not playing Stones or Walker the next two games.
Same.
I'm playing Diaz and Akanji straight away.
Same.
With the best two.
So you play Lewis in both Inter and Arsenal.
Yeah.
No, do you know what? I'll be honest.
Right back, not left back.
I don't know. Me personally, against both of them, this is where the beauty of not having to be the manager, because I don't know. I get what you're saying, Sai, though, because I do believe the best partnership is Stones and Diaz, and I do think maybe we need to play it back into form because they, generally it is. And so I actually hear Akanji on the right, against Arsenal.
Our triple defense was amazing, bro. And we don't have Ake. I would have loved Ake against Arsenal because he always pockets Saka. He's not going to play now.
But do you know what, bro? I'll be real. This whole pocket Saka thing, I personally think Vardiol can pocket Saka. I think apart from his corner, some might say that the weekend Saka was pocketed, right? So I don't think, for me, I don't overly see Saka being an issue. And it's crazy because I rate the player. I do rate Saka, but I don't think he's the issue. I think Pep will be waiting on the Arsenal game because I think who we play will firstly come down to fitness because we've got a game between us and them. Secondly, I think it comes down to if Odegaard is fit or not. Because if Odegaard isn't fit, I think we might be more tempted to play someone like Rico Lewis that can come into midfield and really, really get involved in the midfield. If Odegaard is fit, he might go, do you know what? I'm going to go with the Akanji because defensively, I think I've got a bit more trust in the Akanji. But I think we need to know if he's fit or not. And as for the assist for Saka on Saturday, 100% the corner was brilliant. But apart from the corner, Saka did fuck all, right? So I understand the corner, and it was a great corner. But as for he will pocket us on Sunday, has Saka ever had a good game against City? Does anyone please put your hand up?
Has Saka ever had a good game against any of the top teams or in Champ League? I'm sorry, but I say this about him, and everyone goes, says stupid things back.
It's not that bad, Tom.
I don't watch all Arsenal games, but I'm pretty sure he has had good games against.
Yeah, they maybe, but
I'm more intrigued about we get Foden in.
He's not Foden level. That's all I'm saying.
Here's one. Does Foden come back in for Arsenal, and who goes out?
If he plays against Inter and plays well and looks fit, yeah.
I would start him for Inter for like 60 minutes again.
Yeah, I think he's big starting.
And so for the Arsenal game, my whole why I would play Stones and make him invert into midfield was to be able to play both Foden and Kevin as 10s. That's my whole like. We need to win that game, and we need to show Arsenal that we are that team. And I'm pretty sure they will do as they did against Tottenham and us last year. Then they will stay back, let us have the ball, and for that to happen, for us to unlock that defense.
If they haven't got Odegaard, they will.
Yeah. Even when they had Odegaard last season, they did it. So
I still think they'll do it.
The Stones thing is, and Si's got a point. Like you said, trouble is which one inverts. Rico's done his best work when he's went into the midfield and roamed around and found the space. That's where Stone shines.
Yeah, but I wouldn't play them both at the same time. I wouldn't play them at the same time. No. So against Arsenal, as I said, I would play Akanji right back,
right?
Stones, Diaz, Gvardiol, and then you invert Stones into midfield. So he plays
I think at this point,
you have a back three.
Sat here right now, I would go with that.
That's our problem. We've got three defenders who want to go roaming into midfield all the time.
Yeah,
because the thing is,
you're not playing
the long-term plan is, I've said it to this day, I don't think the long-term plan is for Rico to be a right back. The plan is to eventually move him further up the field.
That's
I don't
what
see
I
him being a
thought.
long-term
I hear it. I hear it as well. But so far this season, I even came into this season saying I don't want to see him at right back because he's a midfielder, and when you see a player being played out of position. However, the way he has played at right back this season, well, he's been defensively good at right back.
Right back is
maybe there is maybe, but I would against Arsenal. If Stones and Diaz, I would go with Stones, Diaz, Gvardiol, and Akanji. I like the sound of that. Look, for me, I think I watched the game yesterday. First and foremost, Tottenham are absolutely shocking, right?
Yeah.
I said it before, even with the injuries, I had a feeling Arsenal were going to win. I think anyone that puts Tottenham are not a top 4 team. I'm sorry. After watching them yesterday, what a fucking spineless shit performance at home, right? Mm-hmm. Now, Van der Ven will be there for a maximum 2 more seasons. Van der Ven, good player, very good player. His pace, he covers Romero. The amount of times he covered Romero yesterday, he won't stay at that club for too long, right? If they are putting in performances like that. Now going forward, deep this, they spent nearly 120 million on fucking Solanke and Johnson, right? How shit is that?
Yeah, but mate, I was told when they signed Solanke, he's shit on. Oh, what a signing! I said he's not at play. He's mid-table at best.
Nah. Do you know what it is? What I saw yesterday, right, is, and firstly, the simple one where the ball fell to him, where I think that Arsenal made a mistake. The ball fell to him, and he took way too many touches. Right? He is, when you spend £60 million on a number 9. Right, and he is a number 9. He's not a player or 9 or 10. No, he's a 9. Right, you just unleash it. You don't take too many touches. But secondly, what I watched is, and this is where I think he's going to really have issues at Tottenham, is when you play for a team like Bournemouth. Bournemouth don't play many teams that go, I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to park the bus here. We're going to sit deep, and we're going to let them attack us. Right.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of space to run into. He scores goals. Now he's playing against a team that people will park the bus against, right? His movement was dog shit. His movement shit. And then to make it even worse, you've got Johnson, who literally can't beat his first man. Every cross hitting the first man.
It's terrible.
Just sat there watching it yesterday thinking it was like England. Can you remember when we played Iceland and we got knocked out of the Euros, right? And for the last 20 minutes, we just kept lumping the ball and against a team that were more than happy to just defend crosses. That's what it was. You're playing against, for me, the most organised and currently on form defences in the Premier League. and you think you can spam crosses into their box. You saw Son in about the 90th minute just picking up the ball, trying to do everything himself, because he's probably thinking, the only way I'm going to get through this is with a shot from outside of the box. And the worst thing is they bring on Timo Werner. When you're playing against a team, you've got 1-0 down at home, you're playing against a team that are more than happy to sit behind the ball because they're 1-0 up and they know that at the moment they haven't got Rice's legs and whatever. And you think bringing on Timo Werner. But anyway, I think, right, if Arsenal come and play like that, the most they can expect is a draw, right? The most, absolute most.
They will play like that. Make no mistake. They will be set up the same way, trying to get a corner and try and get a header from a corner. That is exactly what their plan is.
Arsenal did it as a one-off. Because didn't I get told last season at the end it was just a one-off?
Oh no, they'll be doing that.
That was just a one-off, I heard.
Yeah, no, they'll be doing that at Anfield. They'll be doing that everywhere. To be fair, it's smart to do. Because if Arsenal do come to play and go, oh, well, we'll take you on, we'll win. And we'll win fairly comfortably, I think, because they don't have the attack or midfield.
It's going to be a hard game. What I'm miffed at is the arrogance at the minute. They haven't done it. Listen, if Arsenal gone to Tottenham and played out of this world, okay, I get it. The other thing Arsenal were great yesterday. I've only seen highlights. And like I said, not watched the game. Thought the highlights were crap. It looked a crap match. I didn't think anyone was great. And yes, I thought 2 or 3 players out.
No, I think Timber was very good for them. Timber was really good. I think Gabriel Saliba. Do you know what I'd say?
That's what I mean. That's the defenders.
Well, do you know what? I'm going to be. Yeah. 100%. Oh, going forwards, I've said it. I feel like going forward, they have. And Igal, I don't know if Igal's still in the chat, but Igal and I had a debate on one of our shows before. He was saying that basically Arsenal they're going to win the league based on their defence. Pretty much is what he said. I hear it, man. I think, look, their defence is very, very good, but the difference between us and Tottenham is if they defend like and actually I have not a bad word to say about Arsenal's performance yesterday. Not a bad word. Do you know what? Because it was a tough game for them because it's a derby away from home. With injuries to those 2 injuries, because they are big injuries, and do you know what? They went there with a master. They went there with a plan, and they did
what they had to. What a team that wants to win the league does.
A team that wants to win a league, you have to do that, and I give them nothing but credit for that. What I would say is though that the beauty of that was you could go to Tottenham, you could defend as well as you could, but also knowing that they've got Solanke up top and they've got Brennan Johnson, right? They've got Timo Werner coming on as an impact player. It's not the same as what will be going on Saturday. And furthermore, this is a Tottenham team that knows that they struggle to beat Arsenal now. They know that, right? They're coming to the Etihad against a City team that know we can beat Arsenal. And you're coming, do you know what? Even if we were to go with we're going to try and get the ball to Haaland, we're going to try and get the ball to Haaland, we're going to try and get the ball to Haaland, and they pocket Haaland, right? Let's just say that happens. The difference is we have got Gundogan, we have got Rodri, we have got Kevin De Bruyne. Also, we have got wingers like Savinho, we have got wingers like Doku that will pull Phil Foden. We're not Tottenham. And that's the difference for me, is that you can come and park the bus. And do you know what? I'll be honest. Right now, if they come and park the bus and get a draw, I'll go, do you know what? Fair play to them. Right? I will.
I think we'll see.
Because if I'm them, I'm looking at the season and I'm looking at our next game. Our next game after Arsenal, our next is Newcastle away. Now, that's a potential banana skin, right? Now, the season has been great so far. 4 wins out of 4. We're 2 points ahead of Arsenal. If we beat Arsenal, we're 5 points ahead of Arsenal. Fucking brilliant, right? We go and drop points at Newcastle. It is what it is because we're 5 points ahead of Arsenal. If we draw with Arsenal, we then go into the Newcastle game knowing Arsenal are, only 2 points behind us. So I think I will give them credit because do you know what? They've gone from potentially being 8 points behind us to having the potential to catch up with us very quickly and just cut that great start that we've had compared to theirs. So, yeah, but I don't think they can do it. I don't think they can do it.
If Arsenal draw, they will be celebrating with their fans after. A draw at the Etihad to Arsenal is like us winning. It's a massive plus, massive win for them if they draw. It just is, and it is for everybody. Real Madrid come to our place and celebrate like bloody no end because they're in the game. That's the level we're at now. But Arsenal, I do tire of these excuses. Oh, Rice and Odegaard are injured. So bloody what? We had bloody 4 or 5 players out. De Bruyne 6 months, Haaland 10, 11 weeks. Loads of players. They miss Odegaard, who never turns up anyway in big games, and they're sulking. Declan Rice, well, Jorginho coming for him. It's not a bad replacement. It's not a bad squad. So it's just the excuses game I don't like with Arsenal. And we'll hear all about it again.
I have a bad feeling that Sterling will score against us. I don't know why. Just because I think he will come on in the second half, and if we're not leading with a couple of goals, we will be trying to win that game, and that will leave space behind. And I don't know why, but Sterling always.
Bro, do you know what's annoying?
I don't know why.
Do you know what's annoying with Sterling? Raheem Sterling, when he played for City, every time we played Liverpool, he was dog shit. Awful. Fucking stinker, right?
True,
stinker. Do you know what? In the words of Lee Gunner, stinker and hooked, right? He goes to Chelsea, and every time he plays City, he's prime Raheem Sterling again.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, cheers. Do you know what? Clearly, he really didn't like this, did he? He just like winning trophies with us.
Yeah.
But no, I do see that. But look, I just look at it and I think I've got to give Arsenal credit for their defensively, their mint, but going forward, they don't scare me remotely. The only time you would ever go, oh, they might get something here, is a set piece.
Yeah, Daps, just to say as well, look, anyone can win any given game. Sunday doesn't decide anything. I think we'll win. Wolves beat us last season. They're not going to win the title. There'll be other teams that beat us this season. They're not going to either. Arsenal, in my view, are the only other team that can win the league this year. I said it since the start. But nothing is won this weekend. And no matter what anybody says, nothing is won this weekend.
Nah.
The crunch time will be the same crunch time Arsenal face every single time. April time when the pressure's on and they'll crumble again like they always do because they've still got the same players who crumble. Odegaard, Saka, all those guys will go missing. So
all it is for me, I want a bit of consistency. Don't tell me in one breath.
Well, if you be consistent about Kyle Walker, then we'll be consistent. No, I'm joking, Martin. I'm joking.
Don't you start you up there. No, the thing is, don't tell me in one breath Spurs are a bag of shit and you went there with your second string, but then tell me another bit, right, we're going to walk into the Etihad and do something no team's done in nearly 2 years.
Hold on.
Like, what is this arrogance? You've gone from A to Z in your arrogance. Are Tottenham good then? Have you got arrogant because you beat Tottenham, but then you're telling me it's the big team and the crap? Which one is it?
I think Spurs have got some good players. I just think Ange's got
think Arsenal fans are arrogant beyond their means.
I think Spurs' squad is so overrated. I'm not going to lie. Chelsea finish above Spurs. For me, Chelsea finish above Spurs. I think Man United might finish above Spurs. I think Spurs finish about 7th.
Spurs are shit.
They're shit.
Right.
They're crap. Who's finishing 4th though? I mean, we pretty much.
I think. Do you know what? I think personally, I think Chelsea's squad is good, right? I think Chelsea click. They finish 4th.
Okay.
I think Liverpool. Oh, I've just realised the time. Well.
I got to bounce.
Yeah, well, I have to bounce as well. I've just realised I've had my daughter staring at me. I've got to take a gymnastics. I've just remembered that. Well, people, we're going to bring it to an abrupt end on that note. There will be a lot more shows on REFERRAL about the Arsenal City game. Martin, we'll have. I'm sure you'll be on before then, probably, to talk about Arsenal one more time. Oh, there we go. Well, what time?
9:30. We're doing main road days. Guess what we're doing tonight? We're doing the worst ever City 11.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, lovely. I'll tune into that. So Mancunian Way, 9:30. it has been City in it, talking City in it, and we will see you next Monday once I find the outro. Peace.
Peace.